What if everything you've ever wanted was within your reach? Not just a dream, but a tangible reality waiting for you to claim it. Often, we look outward, waiting for a sign, for someone to give us permission to begin. But the truth is, that power, the power to transform your life, has always been inside of you. It begins in your mind. Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. Jim Rohn. Think about those words. Your life improves when you decide to change it. It's not luck or external forces that will shape your destiny, it's your willingness to take action, to embrace the discomfort of growth, and to trust that within you lies the ability to create the future you desire. The mind is the most powerful tool you have. Every thought, every belief you hold, influences the reality you experience. If you want to change your life, you must first master your mind. This mastery isn't about controlling every thought, but about recognizing the power of focus, the importance of intention, and the necessity of self-belief. Ask yourself, what is holding you back? Is it fear? Doubt? The opinions of others? These are all obstacles that can be overcome when you choose to shift your perspective. What you focus on expands. If you focus on fear, it grows. But if you focus on possibility, on growth, on the belief that you can create the life you want, that belief becomes your reality. It's not easy. Growth never is. But here's the truth, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. That fear, that doubt, is nothing more than a challenge, a test to see if you're willing to push beyond it to claim the life you deserve. The moment you doubt whether you can fly, you cease forever to be able to do it. J. M. Barrie, Peter Pan. Doubt is a thief. It steals dreams, ambitions, and the future you could have had. But you have a choice. You can choose to push past that doubt, to take action despite it. Because the truth is, the only way to fail is to give up. As long as you keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps, you are succeeding. You are growing. You are mastering your mind and shaping your destiny. Self-reliance is one of the most powerful concepts you can embrace. It's the understanding that, ultimately, you are responsible for your own life, your own happiness, and your own success. When you rely on others to define your worth, you give away your power. But when you learn to rely on yourself, you become unstoppable. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Confucius. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with the opinions of others, what to wear, how to act, what success should look like, it's easy to lose sight of who we truly are. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking external validation, believing that our worth is determined by how others perceive us. But true power, true freedom, comes when you stop looking outward for approval and start looking inward for strength. Self-reliance is about trusting yourself. It's about knowing that you are capable of achieving your goals, even when others doubt you. It's about believing in your abilities, even when the world tells you that you're not enough. The truth is, the world will always have its opinions, but those opinions don't define you. What defines you is how you choose to respond to them. When you rely on yourself, you free yourself from the need for external validation. You no longer wait for others to give you permission to pursue your dreams. You take action because you trust that you have everything you need within you to succeed. Think about it, how often have you held yourself back because you were waiting for someone else to tell you it was okay to move forward? How many dreams have you put on hold because you were afraid of what others might think? Self-reliance is about letting go of that fear. It's about recognizing that no one else can live your life for you. No one else can achieve your dreams for you. A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. Mark Twain. When you rely on yourself, you take ownership of your life. You stop blaming others for your circumstances and start taking responsibility for your actions. This doesn't mean that you never ask for help or seek advice. It means that, at the end of the day, you are the one who makes the decisions that shape your future. You are the one who takes the actions that bring your dreams to life. Self-reliance also brings a sense of independence. It allows you to stand tall, even in the face of adversity. When you know that you can rely on yourself, you become unshakable. You know that no matter what challenges come your way, you have the strength to overcome them. You stop fearing failure because you know that, no matter what happens, you can pick yourself up and keep moving forward. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Embracing self-reliance doesn't mean isolating yourself from others. It means understanding that your power comes from within. It means recognizing that, while others can support you, they cannot carry you. You must be willing to walk your own path, to forge your own destiny, to become the hero of your own story. In a world that often tells us to fit in, to follow the crowd, self-reliance is an act of rebellion. It's a declaration that you are enough. That you are capable. That you are worthy of success and happiness on your own terms. It's about creating a life that reflects your values, your goals, and your dreams, not the expectations of others. The moment you embrace self-reliance is the moment you unlock your true potential. It's the moment you realize that the only limits in life are the ones you place on yourself. When you stop relying on others to define your worth, you become free to create the life you've always dreamed of. Rely on yourself and you will succeed. Anonymous. Self-reliance isn't about never needing anyone else, it's about knowing that you are capable of succeeding, no matter what. It's about trusting yourself enough to take risks, to make bold decisions, and to pursue your dreams without fear of failure or rejection. And when you rely on yourself, something incredible happens. You begin to attract people who support your journey, not because they are necessary for your success, but because they see your strength and want to walk beside you. You build relationships based on mutual respect, not dependence. Self-reliance is the foundation of a fulfilled, empowered life. It's the key to unlocking your full potential and living a life of purpose, confidence, and success. Success doesn't come from bursts of effort or occasional moments of hard work. It comes from the habits we build, the routines we stick to, and the discipline we cultivate over time. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's what separates those who dream of success from those who achieve it. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Aristotle. Think about that. Excellence isn't something you achieve overnight. It's the result of consistent actions, taken every day, over a long period of time. It's about showing up for yourself even when you don't feel like it. Even when no one is watching. Even when the progress feels slow. The truth is, real success isn't glamorous. It's built in the quiet moments when no one is around, when it's just you and the work. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. And here's something important, motivation is fleeting. It's easy to feel motivated when you're just starting out on a new goal. But what happens when the initial excitement wears off? What happens when you don't see immediate results? That's when discipline steps in. Discipline is the ability to keep going, even when the reward isn't immediate. It's the commitment to your goals, the promise you make to yourself that you'll keep pushing forward no matter what. Motivation can get you started, but discipline is what gets you to the finish line. Think about the most successful people you know. Do you think they became successful because they were constantly motivated? No. They became successful because they were disciplined. They had a clear vision of what they wanted, and they were willing to put in the work every single day to make that vision a reality. The successful warrior is the average man, with laser-like focus. Bruce Lee. Discipline is about focus. It's about knowing what you want and directing all your energy toward achieving it. But here's the thing, discipline doesn't mean working 24/7 without rest. It doesn't mean burning yourself out in the pursuit of your goals. True discipline is about balance. It's about knowing when to push yourself and when to give yourself a break. It's about creating a sustainable routine that allows you to make consistent progress over time. One of the best ways to cultivate discipline is to build habits. Habits are the foundation of discipline because they automate your actions. When something becomes a habit, you no longer have to rely on motivation or willpower to get it done. You just do it, automatically, because it's part of your routine. Think about something as simple as brushing your teeth. You don't have to convince yourself to do it every day, it's a habit. It's part of your routine, and you do it without thinking. Now imagine if you could build that same level of consistency with the habits that move you closer to your goals. Start small. Choose one habit that aligns with your goals and commit to doing it every day. It doesn't have to be something big or overwhelming. Consistency is more important than intensity when it comes to building habits. Over time, that small habit will become automatic, and you can build on it, adding more habits that support your vision for success. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Robert Collier. The beauty of discipline is that it compounds over time. Each small action you take, each habit you build, contributes to your long-term success. And the more you practice discipline, the stronger it becomes. It's like a muscle, the more you use it, the more powerful it grows. But discipline isn't just about action. It's also about mindset. It's about cultivating the mental toughness to stay focused on your goals, even when distractions arise. It's about training your mind to resist the temptation of short-term gratification in favor of long-term success. We live in a world where instant gratification is everywhere. We're constantly bombarded with distractions, social media, notifications, entertainment, that pull us away from our goals. Discipline is the ability to tune out those distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. It's the ability to say no to the things that don't serve your vision, so you can say yes to the things that do. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Abraham Lincoln. What do you want most in life? Is it worth sacrificing for short-term pleasures? Discipline is about keeping your eyes on the bigger picture, even when the immediate reward isn't visible. It's about trusting the process and knowing that every small step is bringing you closer to your ultimate goal. And here's the most powerful part of discipline: it builds confidence. Every time you show up for yourself, every time you stick to your routine, you reinforce the belief that you are capable. That you are strong. That you are in control of your future. Discipline isn't just about achieving external success, it's about building inner strength and self-trust. The more disciplined you become, the more you trust yourself to follow through on your commitments. And that trust is priceless. It's what allows you to take on bigger challenges, to set higher goals, and to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Because you know that no matter what, you will show up. You will do the work. You will make it happen. Discipline equals freedom. Jocko Willink. At first, discipline might feel restrictive. You might feel like you're giving up your freedom by sticking to a routine. But the truth is, discipline is what gives you freedom. When you're disciplined, you have the freedom to achieve your goals. You have the freedom to create the life you want. Without discipline, you're a prisoner to distractions, to procrastination, to the whims of the moment. With discipline, you take control of your life. You become the architect of your own success. So start today. Start small. Build habits that support your goals and practice discipline every day. Over time, you'll see the results, not just in what you achieve, but in who you become. Failure is one of the most feared words in the human experience. It's something most people avoid at all costs, thinking that it marks the end of their journey. But here's the truth: failure is not the end, it's a beginning. Every great success story is built on a foundation of failure. Every person who has achieved greatness has stumbled, fallen, and faced setbacks along the way. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Henry Ford. Failure is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of growth. It's a signal that you're pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, that you're willing to take risks in pursuit of something greater. The only true failure is giving up. As long as you keep moving forward, as long as you keep learning from your mistakes, you are never truly failing. You're simply refining your approach. Think about it, some of the greatest innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders in history failed repeatedly before they succeeded. Thomas Edison, who is credited with inventing the light bulb, famously failed over 1,000 times before he found the right solution. When asked about his failures, Edison replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of someone who understands the power of failure. It's not about the number of times you fall, it's about the number of times you get back up. Each failure teaches you something valuable. It shows you what doesn't work, so you can move closer to what does. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. The fear of failure holds so many people back from reaching their full potential. They're so afraid of making a mistake, of being judged, of falling short, that they never take the leap. But here's the thing, if you're not failing, you're not growing. You're not pushing yourself hard enough. Failure is an inevitable part of the process, and the sooner you embrace it, the faster you'll grow. Think about a child learning to walk. They stumble, they fall, they cry, but they get back up. They don't quit after the first fall. They don't think, maybe walking just isn't for me. No, they keep trying, keep learning, until one day, they're running. Failure is a natural part of learning, and it's the same with anything in life. The problem is that as we get older, we develop a fear of failure. We start to worry about what others will think. We become afraid of looking foolish, of making mistakes in front of others. But this fear is what holds us back from achieving our true potential. Don't fear failure. Fear being in the exact same place next year as you are today. Anonymous. Failure isn't something to be avoided, it's something to be embraced. Every failure brings you one step closer to success. Every mistake is a lesson in disguise. When you shift your mindset from fearing failure to embracing it, you open yourself up to limitless possibilities. You become willing to take risks, to try new things, to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. And here's the secret, the more you fail, the more resilient you become. Failure builds character. It teaches you to persevere in the face of adversity. It shows you that setbacks are temporary, but your willpower is permanent. Each time you rise after a fall, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than any obstacle. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Japanese proverb. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after failure. It's the determination to keep going, even when the odds are stacked against you. It's the refusal to quit, no matter how many times you've fallen. Resilience is what separates those who give up at the first sign of failure from those who go on to achieve greatness. But resilience isn't just about enduring failure, it's about learning from it. Every time you fail, take the time to reflect on what went wrong. What can you do differently next time? How can you improve your approach? Failure isn't a setback, it's feedback. It's the universe's way of guiding you toward a better path. There is no failure except in no longer trying. Albert Hubbard. The moment you stop trying is the moment you truly fail. As long as you keep pushing forward, you are still in the game. You are still moving closer to your goals. The road to success is rarely a straight line, it's filled with twists, turns, and detours. But each failure is a step forward, not a step back. One of the most powerful things you can do is reframe your relationship with failure. Instead of seeing it as something to avoid, see it as a necessary part of the journey. When you fail, don't ask, "Why did this happen to me?" Instead, ask, "What can I learn from this?" That simple shift in perspective will change everything. Failure is not a reflection of your worth. It doesn't define you. What defines you is how you respond to it. Do you let it defeat you, or do you use it as fuel to propel you forward? Do you give up, or do you rise stronger, more determined than before? Failure is success in progress. Albert Einstein. Remember, every time you fail, you are one step closer to success. Embrace failure. Learn from it. Use it as fuel. And most importantly, never stop moving forward. We live in a world that craves instant gratification. Everywhere you look, there are promises of quick success, overnight transformations, and immediate results. But here's the truth, anything worth having takes time. Real success, the kind that lasts, is built slowly over time, with patience and persistence as your greatest allies. Patience is not simply the ability to wait, it's how we behave while we're waiting. Joyce Meyer. Patience isn't about sitting still and waiting for things to happen. It's about trusting the process, knowing that every small step you take is contributing to your larger goal. It's about continuing to work, continuing to push forward, even when you can't yet see the fruits of your labor. In a world that tells you to rush, patience is an act of rebellion. It's a declaration that you believe in your vision, and you're willing to wait for it to unfold. Let's be honest, waiting is hard. When you're putting in the effort day after day and not seeing immediate results, it can be incredibly frustrating. You might start to doubt yourself. You might start to wonder if all the hard work is worth it. But here's the thing, the most significant growth happens in the waiting. It happens in the moments when you feel like giving up, but choose to persist. Think of a seed planted in the ground. For weeks, even months, you may not see any sign of growth. But beneath the surface, roots are forming, strength is building, and eventually, that seed will break through the soil and blossom into something magnificent. The same is true for your dreams. Just because you can't see progress on the surface doesn't mean it isn't happening. Trust that the work you're doing now will pay off in ways you can't yet imagine. All great achievements require time. Maya Angelou. In the age of social media, it's easy to look at other people's success and feel like you're falling behind. But what you're seeing is their highlight reel, the finished product of years of work, dedication, and persistence. You don't see the late nights, the failures, the moments of doubt that led them to where they are. Success isn't instantaneous, no matter how effortless it might seem from the outside. True success is built on a foundation of persistence, and that requires patience. Persistence is the commitment to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. It's the ability to stay focused on your goals, even when obstacles appear in your way. There will be moments when progress feels slow, when the results you want seem far out of reach. But persistence means pushing forward anyway. It means continuing to take action, trusting that each step is bringing you closer to your goal, even if the finish line isn't yet in sight. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. Leo Tolstoy. The people who achieve the most in life aren't necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They are the ones who, no matter how many times they fall, get back up and keep moving forward. Success is rarely about brilliance, it's about persistence. It's about refusing to give up, even when the journey feels long. There will be days when it feels like nothing is happening. Days when you're putting in the effort, but the results aren't materializing as quickly as you'd like. It's in those moments that patience becomes a superpower. It's in those moments that your ability to keep going, even when the reward isn't immediate, will set you apart. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Confucius. Think about that. It's not about speed, it's about consistency. It's about showing up for yourself every day, even when it feels like progress is slow. Because here's the secret, slow progress is still progress. Every small step you take is moving you closer to your goal. The only way to fail is to stop moving. As long as you keep taking action, no matter how small, you are on the path to success. But persistence isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about cultivating resilience. It's about developing the mental and emotional strength to keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. When you face setbacks, when life throws challenges in your path, persistence is what allows you to keep going. Success is not the absence of failure, it's the persistence through failure. Aisha Tyler. Persistence is about staying focused on your long-term goals, even when short-term setbacks arise. It's about keeping your eye on the bigger picture, even when the journey feels difficult. There will be moments when you want to give up, when the obstacles feel too great. But persistence means staying committed to your vision, no matter what. And here's the truth, every obstacle you encounter is an opportunity for growth. Every challenge you face is shaping you, preparing you for the success you seek. Persistence isn't about pushing through blindly, it's about learning from each setback, adapting, and continuing to move forward with greater wisdom. Patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success. Napoleon Hill. The journey to success isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about recognizing that the road ahead will have bumps and detours, but knowing that as long as you keep moving, you will get there. So be patient. Be persistent. Trust the process, and know that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your dreams. There's a voice inside you that knows more than you realize. It's a quiet voice, often drowned out by the noise of the world, by the opinions of others, by the chaos of daily life. But that voice, your intuition, is one of your greatest sources of guidance. It's your inner compass, always pointing you in the direction of your highest good. Your intuition knows what your mind hasn't figured out yet. Anonymous. In a world that values logic, reason, and data, intuition often gets overlooked. We're taught to trust facts, to make decisions based on what we can see, measure, and calculate. But some of the most important decisions in life can't be made with logic alone. Sometimes, you have to trust your gut, even when it doesn't make sense to anyone else. Your intuition is that feeling in your gut that tells you something is right, even if you can't explain why. It's that nudge in your heart that says, go for it, even when the risks seem high. Intuition doesn't always follow the path of logic, but it always follows the path of truth. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. Albert Einstein. The problem is that most people have been taught to ignore their intuition. They've been conditioned to believe that the only decisions worth making are the ones that can be justified with logic. But logic, while important, has its limits. There are moments in life when logic will fail you, when the path forward isn't clear, and that's when your intuition can be your greatest guide. Think about the biggest decisions you've made in your life, the moments that shaped your future. Were they made purely based on logic? Or was there an element of intuition guiding you? Often, the decisions that lead to the greatest growth, the greatest success, are the ones where we trust our instincts, where we follow that quiet voice inside that says, this is the way. But trusting your intuition isn't always easy. It requires courage. It requires the willingness to step into the unknown, to take risks, to make bold decisions even when the outcome is uncertain. And that's why so many people struggle to trust their intuition. They're afraid of making a mistake, of stepping outside the comfort of logic. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Steve Jobs. Your intuition is deeply connected to your purpose. It's the part of you that knows what you truly want, even if your conscious mind hasn't fully figured it out yet. When you trust your intuition, you're aligning yourself with your highest potential. You're making decisions that come from a place of deep knowing, rather than fear or doubt. But here's the thing, your intuition won't always lead you down the easiest path. In fact, it often points you toward challenges, toward risks, because it knows that's where your growth lies. It knows that in order to reach your full potential, you have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Bold decisions lead to extraordinary outcomes. When you follow your intuition, you're often stepping into the unknown, taking a leap of faith, trusting that the universe will catch you. And while that can be scary, it's also incredibly liberating. It's the moment when you stop playing small, when you stop making decisions based on fear, and start making decisions based on faith. Faith in yourself. Faith in your intuition. Faith in the process. Don't be pushed by your problems. Be led by your dreams. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Your intuition is your guide to your dreams. It's always pointing you in the direction of your highest good. But you have to be willing to listen. You have to be willing to quiet the noise of the world, to let go of the need for approval or external validation, and to trust that inner voice. There will be moments when your intuition tells you to take a risk that seems illogical. Moments when you're faced with a decision that feels uncertain, but your gut is telling you to go for it. Those are the moments when you must trust yourself the most. Intuition is seeing with the soul. Dean Koontz. Your intuition is a powerful tool, but like any tool, it needs to be honed and sharpened. The more you listen to it, the stronger it becomes. The more you trust it, the more you'll realize how often it guides you toward the right path. But trusting your intuition doesn't mean ignoring logic or reason. It's about finding a balance between the two. It's about using logic to inform your decisions, but allowing intuition to lead the way. It's about recognizing that sometimes, the best decisions can't be explained, they can only be felt. Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. Benjamin Spock. Your intuition is your greatest ally on the journey to success. It's your internal guide, always pointing you toward your highest potential. Trust it. Listen to it. Follow it. And when you do, you'll find that the bold decisions you make, the leaps of faith you take, lead you to places you never thought possible. Letting go is one of the hardest, yet most liberating things you can do. We hold on to so many things, past mistakes, regrets, fears, toxic relationships, old versions of ourselves, because we're afraid of what will happen if we let go. But here's the truth, holding on is what keeps you stuck. Letting go is what sets you free. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Anonymous. Think about that. How often do we hold on to things that no longer serve us, simply because we're afraid of change? We cling to the familiar, even when it's painful, because it's easier than stepping into the unknown. But the unknown is where your growth lies. It's where your future lies. Letting go isn't about giving up, it's about making space for something new. It's about releasing the things that are holding you back so you can move forward with clarity and purpose. It's about trusting that when you let go of what no longer serves you, you make room for what does. Sometimes, you have to let go to grow. Anonymous. We often think of letting go as a loss, but it's actually an opportunity for growth. When you let go of fear, you create space for courage. When you let go of doubt, you create space for confidence. When you let go of toxic relationships, you create space for healthy, supportive connections. Letting go is about creating space for the things that align with your highest good. But here's the challenge, letting go requires trust. It requires trusting that what's meant for you will come, and what isn't meant for you will fall away. It requires trusting that by releasing what no longer serves you, you're making room for something better. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Alan Watts. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. The more you resist change, the more you cling to the past, the more you hold yourself back from reaching your full potential. Letting go is about embracing change, about trusting that every ending is a new beginning in disguise. But letting go isn't just about releasing external things, it's also about letting go of the internal beliefs that hold you back. It's about letting go of the stories you've been telling yourself about who you are, what you're capable of, and what your future holds. Let go of who you think you're supposed to be, embrace who you are. Brené Brown. So often, we hold on to a version of ourselves that no longer fits, simply because it's familiar. We tell ourselves, this is who I am. This is what I'm capable of. But the truth is, you are constantly evolving. You are constantly growing. And in order to step into the fullest expression of yourself, you have to be willing to let go of the old version of you. Let go of the fear that you're not enough. Let go of the doubt that you can't achieve your dreams. Let go of the belief that your past defines your future. You are not your past. You are the choices you make today. To let go does not mean to get rid of. To let go means to let be. Jack Cornfield. Letting go isn't about erasing the past, it's about accepting it. It's about recognizing that the past has shaped you, but it doesn't have to define you. Letting go means freeing yourself from the weight of regret, from the burden of past mistakes, so you can move forward with lightness and clarity. It's about forgiving yourself for the times you've fallen short, for the mistakes you've made, for the opportunities you've missed. Because here's the truth, you are human. You will make mistakes. But those mistakes are not your identity, they are part of your journey. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. Move on. You're a work in progress. Anonymous. Letting go is about releasing control. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan for you, even if it doesn't look the way you expected. It's about releasing the need to control every outcome and trusting that, in the end, everything will unfold as it's meant to. But here's the most powerful part of letting go, it allows you to reclaim your energy. When you let go of the things that are draining you, whether it's a toxic relationship, a limiting belief, or a past mistake, you free up energy that can be directed toward your growth, your goals, and your future. Letting go is the hardest part, but it's also the most necessary. Anonymous. The more you let go, the more you'll realize that you are capable of so much more than you ever thought. You'll realize that the things you were holding onto were keeping you small, were keeping you from stepping into the fullness of who you are. Letting go is an act of courage. It's an act of trust. And it's one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. You've now explored the foundational pillars of growth, mastering your mind, self-reliance, discipline, failure, persistence, intuition, and letting go. Each of these concepts is essential to unlocking your full potential and shaping the future you deserve. Your journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. Take what you've learned, apply it to your life, and share your thoughts in the comments below. How have these strategies impacted your journey? Your insights may just be the spark someone else needs. And remember, there's more to discover. Check out another video on our channel that delves deeper into mastering discipline and building unstoppable resilience. Keep moving forward. Keep growing. Your future is yours to create.